All right. So in this lab, we'll be looking at some websites, okay, and we'll be reading documentations, articles written by that was posted on some news websites, okay, about cybersecurity, about of cybersecurity incidents. So after studying the brief article, we're going to be answering these questions. The first one is the date of the incident. The next one is the affected organization. Then we'll be answering how many times, how many victims rather. We'll also answer what was taken. Okay. We'll answer what the question of what exploit was used. We'll also answer how do you protect yourself. Or so if you since a Word document, if you want to open the link, you can see there's a link attached to it. You can either press hold control on your keyboard and click on it. It's going to open up the link, or you right click on it and copy the hyperlink. Right, then go to your browser and paste it. All right, so I just copied mine. So I want you to open yours because I won't you won't be seeing that much. What I'll just be posting is the answers. All right, after we're done answering the questions, or when we're done reading the documentation. So open up the link on your website. Right, so you can hold control and click on it just so that it opens on your end. So I'm doing mine now. So are you there?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I'm there.
So we're going to be reading it and in few minutes and then we'll answer the question. So we have 5 minutes to do this brief read. All right. So it's time to answer the questions. Let's now answer the questions. So the first question for concerning the security week says, what was the date? So you're allowed to speak. What was the incident date? From what you read, what was the incident date?
December 26th.
So yeah, so December 26, 2015, right?
Yes.
So that was the date of the incident occurred. Now the next question says, what was the affected organization? So what was the name of the organization that was affected?
Nima Marcos,
Exactly.
Lasco,
So that's the name of the
and
organization that was
Backdove
affected.
Godman.
So how many victims actually? So how many victims were there?
Five, roughly 5,200.
Then what was taken?
Mm, no password, some other credentials.
Right. So you took their username, password, right?
Yes.
Then next one says, what exploits were used? Right. What the attacker used to exploit? Okay, remember we spoke about exploits.
Yes.
So what were the exploits used? So what was this actually? Because I know it's my work sometime, little time. Take us to science when it starts. So were other hacked websites. Remember, there was a hacked website already. So the attacker accessed the hacked website and accessed the information of different people. Okay, that's how he stole their usernames and passwords in that particular website, their email, right? So, and after that, you say, how do you protect yourself? You use unique password for every site. So the people that are actually really affected are people that use the same password that they used on that site on other websites. So that was how they managed to get or use those people's credentials to carry out an attack. Okay. So the next link. So let's look at the next one, which is on BBC. Right.
Okay. Yes.
So you can open it now and go to your browser and paste it there. All right. So this one is, I think, a bit shorter. So we could just do another 5 minutes. Yeah. All right, well done. So let's answer the questions. So the first question says, what did the incident occur? If you read well,
27.
what state did the incident occur? If you read well, you see a range, and that was between
2009 to 2015.
exactly 2009 to 2015.
Mm.
Then, what's the name of the organization?
Sente Corporation.
What was that? So, um, Septin Corporation.
Corporation. Yes.
Yeah. So, how many victims were affected?
No, no, no. 50,000.
950,000. And
Mm.
what was taken?
Their customer names, address, and date of birth
So, what was the their customer name? So, where was it taken from?
from Sen- is it not from Central Corporation?
Mm. If you read well, you see
From the
what
drive.
exactly. So, five 950,000 um, victims and six hard drives actually containing
Mm.
their personal and identifiable information. That's PII of the 950 victims were in that hard drive, and those um, six hard drives were taken. So then, what exploits are used, and how do you protect yourself from such exploits?
Mm. Exploits. I guess it's because how did they get the address?
Yeah, so they had physical access to the hard drive. So that was the
Yes.
problem. Things like that, people should not have physical access to it. People without clearance shouldn't have physical access to items like that. So,
Okay.
how do you protect yourself? You can use things like encryption, drive encryption. Okay, so encrypt your drives. That's one way to encrypt your drives. I use BitLocker, okay, to encrypt my drive. So even when
Uh,
the drive is out
he
of
said it yesterday.
yeah, even when the drive is out of the system, it is everything information is there. So you can use BitLocker
Beat
to encrypt your drive.
locker. BIT.
Yes. All right. So
I said the beat locker is BIT and locker.
yes, BIT.
Okay.
So we'll be moving to the next one. The next one is going to be a demonstration.
Okay.
It's going to be a demonstration. Let me share my entire screen. All right. So now here's this particular lab. So it says creating and storing strong passwords. Creating and storing strong passwords. So the background scenario says that the objective of this um, lab is to what? Explore concept behind change, creating a strong password, explore the concept behind securely storing your password. So the first one is creating a strong password. Now, it says strong passwords have four main requirements listed in order of importance. So the first importance is that you should be able to remember what the password. The next thing is that it is not trivial for anybody to guess your password, and it is not trivial for a program to guess or discover your password. That's number three. Then number four says must be complex, containing numbers, symbols, and a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters. Remember yesterday I was talking about those symbols that you use. Please use symbols or special characters that are generic to keyboards. Okay. When you look at this, you will not see, do not use, for example, do not use something like this as your password. You see the sign I'm typing. Let me type it down so you can see it here. So do not use this sign now for password because imagine what if you don't see it on a keyboard, right? So there are other special characters, something even that looks like another country's handwriting. You can use such things for your password. Then next, you say based on the list above, the first requirement is probably the most important because you need to be able to remember your password. So for example, this now here is considered as a was very strong password. So this password, the problem with this password is that it is very difficult to remember. So many organizations require passwords to contain a combination of numbers, symbols, lower and uppercase letters. So passwords that conform to that policy are fine as long as what they are easy for the user to remember. So one of them is that the password must be at least 8 character long. Then the next one says that the password must contain upper and lower case letters. The password must contain a number. The password must contain a non-alphanumeric character, which is what all those special characters. So let's look at these. So if you take a moment to analyze the characteristics of a strong password, and the common password policy set shown above. You say, why does the policy set neglect the first two items explained? Now, the reason is that adding symbols, numbers, and mixed upper and lower case to a password makes it harder for the user to remember it. Traditionally, when a user finds a password that conforms to a specific set of password policies, the user will use the same structure or even the entire password through other devices. Do you see that? The user will reuse the same password, and which is a major problem we're facing here. So some systems would also force the user to change the password periodically, keeping users from using past passwords again. So those users are very likely to introduce minor changes to the password instead of creating an entirely different password that still conforms to the given password policy. That's what many people do. Some I also do that too. Just tweak the password, change some things, modify the password, but it's still going to follow a particular pattern. Alright. So a good way to create a strong password is to choose four or more random words and string them together. So look at this password now. Television, drawing,
Frog
start.
bootstrapped.
Yeah. So this is longer and is because of the length, it is stronger than this other one. This is what John at than it, right? Jonah than it.
Yes.
Look at now. Zero is what O. A here has been changed to at. The
At.
hashtag is now hashtag number 81. So Jonathan, it's actually Jonathan hashtag 81, right?
Yes.
So notice that while the second password is in compliance with the policy described here, password cracker programs are very efficient at guessing what that type of password is, right? So while many password policy sets will not accept the first password, which is television's frog boot front, it is much stronger than the second. It is easier for the user to remember, especially it's associated with what? An image, right? It is very long and its random factor makes it hard for password crackers to get it. So we're going to be using an online um, program to do some experiments. So the first one is this password generator. So we have to go to this password generator and generate a password that is generate a password, and we're going to answer the questions under, right? So I'm going to open it up now. Remember, if you want to click open it, you have to do what? Hold control and click on the link. So it's going to directly open the hyperlink attached to the text. So here we choose the password length. We want it to be what? 22,
Mhm.
22 what characters, right? If you want it to be, you can choose 16 characters. And should the password include numbers? You check it. Should it include lowercase? Check it. Should it include what? Uppercase characters? Check it. So should the password begin with a letter? It says don't begin with a number or symbol, right? So that means the password, if you check this box, means the password is not going to begin with a number or symbol. Then next one, big include symbols. So here are the list of symbols that you can that are options for the password generator to pick from to add to your password. So another one is do not use similar characters like small letter I, capital letter I, one L, small letter O, capital letter O, then zero and O. These are similar characters. So don't use the same character more than once. Don't use sequential characters. So these are um kind of requirements you set for a password generator. So and you can choose how many passwords you want to generate. Two, five, seven, six, ten. So let's generate three. So once we do this, we're going to generate a password. So you can see this is one of the passwords I've generated. Let's say I want to use this now. So let me just use this as a case study to answer my question. So they ask, look at this password now that I just said. Is this password easy to remember?
No.
Exactly, no, right? So this password is not easy to remember. Let's go to the next one now. Let's look at the next website. It says what? Freshing.com. So have you opened it?
I'm coming. Yes.
All right. So here is mine. The teaching refreshing on programming. So this is the password generator. So what the generator does is that it generates random text, right? Random phrases for you to use as password. Look at this one. Sell, vast, bet, sent. So I'll now copy this password here. So if I wanted to use it to answer this question, now this is the password, right?
Yes.
But now the question is it very is the password very likely the password that will be remembered? Can this password be easily remembered? What do you think?
Yes.
You see, the password can be easily remembered, but also it might be easily cracked by hackers. So securely storing passwords. There are password managers that help you to what, store passwords, and it's very common on mobile phones. For example, Google Password Manager. Google Password Manager is on your mobile phone. It's even linked to your Google keyboard. If you're using a Google keyboard, such that when you want to open it, when you open a website that you have logged in before, when next you want to log in, it will just ask you for what? The password immediately. Or in case
Mm.
you're not you don't even remember the password, in case you don't even have any idea of how to set up a password, this Google Password Manager can even recommend a password for you, right? And it saves it to your phone. So one is this LastPass. So LastPass, I think LastPass is installed on my phone. So if you want to open it, the website is actually lastpass.com. So this is the website, lastpass.com. So you can start a free account, and how LastPass works, I work with a plugin. So you can see the plugin here. And how the plugin works is that it gives the ability to what, save passwords, right? I just let me just think of a website that I've not logged into yet. Let's see, like to log in. So so you can see manage personal info or wallet. You can see this my email is being recommended. So this is an example of another password manager that is installed on what, Microsoft Edge. So if you do that, let me say I put a password here. I remember, I don't think I used separate password for this. Okay, let's do this. Let me sign up. So you can see create. You can see this. You can see the recommendation, password recommendation. This is how a password manager works. It now asks you to recommend passwords. So it has recommended passwords for you. Then you get to choose your date of birth. Let's say 20. Change this. Let's pick something older. Let's say September and that. Okay. Oops, I clicked on today by mistake.
I think if your Lua left also.
You say?
If your Lua.
My what?
I said if your Lua. I guess he's not here too again.
Okay, okay. So I'm going to put, let me create a password. Um, typing my password, the password manager is telling me whether my password was strong or not. So once I click on continue,
Yes.
you can see I've already used this account to sign into Google. So first I have to sign in with Google. So that's exactly how password managers work. Okay, they help you recommend password, and you can see last. You can just see now. Last pass has what popped up. So once I click on add info, it's going to what save it to itself. So now the password has been saved to last pass.
Okay.
So when next I want to log in, so you can see this. Do you see my passwords are here?
Uh-huh.
So if I should put last pass login also on my mobile device, all my password will also be what available there. So that's how password managers work.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. So let's assume I want to log in, or someone else have access to my phone. That means they can easily log in also.
Exactly. That is the disadvantage of
Okay.
password manager. You can easily log in. Okay, so if you don't have
Okay.
access to your phone, you can easily log in. That's why your phones have um passcode. So there are settings on Google, for example, on Chrome that don't allow you to be able to use your password managers to put password except you have put your code. So at every point where you try to log in or use recommended password, for example, let me show you this. Not here. Let me see if I can show you this here. So if I wanted to log in now, so let's say I wanted to log in on this platform. Where is the login? Okay, let's use GitHub. Okay,
Okay.
I don't know if I have any saved password here, but if I click on this now, if I wanted to view this, once I click on this, you can see I've been asked to put what my PIN. Do you see that? So these are another security feature that you can
Yes.
set on your system. You won't be able to use your what password manager except what you put your PIN. And the moment I put my PIN, I'll be able to just automatically what put what my username and password, and I'll be able to
Put the
sign in.
password.
Exactly. So it says what is password a strong password then. So there's a quick summary. It said, oh yeah, choose a what password you can remember. Or let me just start from here. Using what is a strong password then? Using on the strong password characteristics given at the beginning of this lab. Choose a password that is easy to remember but hard to guess. Right? Complex passwords are okay as long as it does not impact more impact requirements such as ability to not easily remember it. So if a password manager is used, the need to be easily remembered can be relaxed, right? So below is a quick summary. Choose a password you can remember. Choose a password that someone else cannot associate with you. Choose different password and never use the same password for different services. Complex passwords are okay as long as it does not
Use
become
it.
harder to what remember. So we'll be moving to the next lab now. Right. So let me stop sharing. Let me quickly share this. All right. So in this lab now, this is how to back up your data to an external storage, right? And I'm going to show you the steps, right, quickly without going through everything we're seeing here. But you on your own, when you try it, okay, when you try it, you okay answer all the different questions. Yeah, I think they have answered the different questions. But let's start from backing up to in Windows. Okay, so first of all, let's do backing up to a local external disk. So computer
I can't
uses
see your screen.
you can't see my screen. It's showing over my end that it's presenting. But let me stop sharing and present my entire screen.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. So I'm going to
Okay.
actually switch user. So you would let me know if you can still hear me. Can you still hear me? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
can you see my screen? Oops, looks like my mic is having issues. Can you see my screen?